Hey, what's going on, everyone? Christian Carter from Radius, and today we are talking about multifamily or single family. So, if you're a first-time home buyer and you're thinking about buying a home, I'm going to try and convince you, or at least give you the advantages of buying a multifamily property over buying just a regular single-family home. All right. So, we're talking about first-time home buyers, and we're talking about using the FHA loan or FHA mortgage. All right. First time home buyer using an FHA loan. All right, let's get right into it. All right, so multifamily home. This can be any 2 to 4 unit property. So a duplex, a triplex, or a fourplex. Sometimes a fourplex is called a quadplex. But basically 2 family, 3 family, 4 family, right? And then we're also talking about it needs to be 4 units or less, right? Once you get to 5 units or more, that pretty much puts you into the commercial mortgage space. So we're not talking about that. All right, as far as the down payment, if you're using the FHA loan for a multifamily property, doesn't matter 2, 3, or 4 family, the down payment is still going to be 3.5%, which is awesome. All right, next up here, we are able to use 75% of the rental income of that multifamily property in order to help you qualify. So we use the rents as qualifying income, right? I know that sounds a little bit confusing. Luckily, we have a great example right here that I'm going to go over right now. Let's say I'm looking at buying a 4-family home, right? My monthly income is $5,000, so I make $5,000 a month. However, I'm looking at this 4-family, and 3 of the apartments within this 4-family are currently being rented out for $1,000 each, right? So we take the $1,000 per month, we multiply it by 3, right? Because those 3 units are being rented out. That gives us $3,000 a month. We then take that and we multiply it by 75%, or 3,000 times 0.75. That gives us $2,250. So instead of using my normal monthly income of $5,000 to qualify for a home, I can actually use $7,250 because we're taking the $5,000 that I actually earn from my job and we're adding the $2,250 of the monthly rents to help me qualify. It is really, really powerful when you do this. All right, here's another example for us, right? Here's a 4-family on the left side and a single family on the right side. So we're going to run through the numbers right here. Let's say we buy a 4-family for $400,000, right? Our down payment is going to be 3.5% of that, so $14,000. Our monthly payment, quick disclaimer, this monthly payment that I used, it's just principal and interest, and it's a 30-year fixed loan at 5%, okay? Our monthly payment, just principal and interest, is going to be $2,072. However, we have the rental income from the other 3 units that are helping us pay our monthly mortgage. So we're getting $3,000 per month in rent, and if you want to be super conservative, and this is what we use to underwrite the loan, it's going to be more like $2,250. So now let's go to the single family, right? Purchase price is going to be $300,000 because it's probably going to be less than a 4-family, right? Down payment $10,500, so you're looking at about $4,000 less of a down payment. Monthly payment, this is big. Again, just principal and interest, $1,554 per month. And of course, rental income, you're not getting any rental income from this property. Now look here, the monthly payment on a single family home at $300,000 is about $500 per month less than a $400,000 4-family. So you're paying about $500 less with the single family example, but you're not getting that additional $3,000 per month in rental income. It's really, really powerful stuff. Now I know what you're saying, right? You're saying, wow, that's great, Christian. Buying a multifamily definitely makes sense. However, what are the disadvantages, right? And there's plenty of disadvantages that come with buying a multifamily home. I just wanted to bring up 3 right here. So number 1 disadvantage, and what people always complain about, is being a landlord and dealing with tenants, right? I can tell you it's not that bad to deal with tenants, especially if you're living in the property. And you've got to make a choice that is dealing with tenants worth the additional $3,000 per month or whatever you're making off the property in rental income? I would always say yes, but that's up for you to decide. These next ones are going to be dependent on what location or your section of the country, but multifamilies can definitely be harder to find, right? Definitely not as many multifamily listings as the single family homes, so they are definitely harder to find. And then location. This can be an advantage and a disadvantage. Sometimes I will say multifamily properties are not located in the best section of town, but sometimes they are. Sometimes they're located, by the downtown section where all the bars are and things like that, and restaurants. So location, you can go both ways. I would say normally they're not located in the best parts of town. But again, that's something that you need to come up with. Are these disadvantages, or is the rental income that you get from that multifamily property going to outweigh the disadvantages? I always think it is. All right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, if you have more topics for me to shoot videos on, please let me know. If you have questions on buying a multifamily property versus single family property, I'd love to talk about it. And that's it. See ya.